Good afternoon. I have just completed a conference call with the nation. Over the last several days, our intelligence and law enforcement agencies have seen an increased volume and level of activity involving threats of terrorist attacks. The information we have does not point to any specific target, either in America or abroad, and it does not outline any specific type of attack. However, the analysts who review this information believe the quantity and level of threats are above the norm and have reached a threshold where we should once again place the public on general alert, just as we have done on 2 previous occasions since September 11th, and strengthening Homeland Security since September 11th. This afternoon, the FBI is issuing a terrorist threat advisory update to 18,000 law enforcement agencies across the country through the National Law Enforcement Telecommunication System known as analysts. Law enforcement agencies have been instructed to stay on the highest alert and to immediately notify the FBI of any unusual or suspicious activity. Law enforcement agencies have been instructed. The threats we are picking up are very generic. They warn of more attacks, but are not specific about where or what type. We do know that the next several weeks, which bring the final weeks of Ramadan and important religious observations in other faiths, have been times when terrorists have planned attacks in the past. New millennium. Those plans were thwarted when intelligence learned about them. Now, obviously, the further removed we get from September 11th, I think the natural tendency is to let down our guard. Unfortunately, we cannot do that. We are a nation at war. We are the targets of enemies who have demonstrated they have no remorse about killing thousands of innocent civilians. The government will continue to do everything we can to find and stop those who seek to harm us. And I believe we owe it to the American people to remind them that they must be vigilant as well. Again, I emphasize this perhaps to my own peril, but again, the threats we are